and welcome back to our channel Learning Pockets, and we just discussed in this course that what are the data types, and we are now going to verify this table by while using our IDEs. We are going to verify this system itself. So I have just written a piece of code already, and you can see here that I just clicked on run, and then we have the output. First I declared all the types of variable itself, the character, integer, long, float and double. As per the as you know, the syntax for writing is the name of the data type, the variable name, and then the associated literal. So similarly I have the name of the data type, then name of the variable, then I have assigned a value to it. So, and I have just printed all these value and used their specific format specifier that you can see in this table itself, and we have the output along with that itself. So you can see here. So what if now I need to verify the size of these variables. So for this I have a function called size of, and inside the size of I need to either name the data type. I can simply write cat, or either I need to write the name of the variable, and it will automatically understand which type of variable it is, and it will assign the specific it will give the output as number of byte the variable is storing. So let's see size of function. So size of function will always return an integer value, though it may you may have any type of data inside these braces, inside this parenthesis, or you can give this function any type of data, but the output will be an integer. It will be giving us the number of bytes that that variable is storing, and that makes sense. So it will just return the number. It is not going to print it out on the console. So we need to use printf function for printing that number, the number of bytes. So we are going to use size of function inside printf. So we have printf function, then we have formatting string. I need to write %d 5 times because I have 5 variables, and it is going to the output of the size of is obviously an integer. So size of function, then the name of the variable. I will be copying this, and I'm going to paste it 5 times, 4 5, and I need to change the name of the variable name. Okay, it is a, then we have b, then we have c, then we have d, and then we have e, and then I need to add the semicolon. Let's run the program. You can ignore the warning for now. And now what we see here, the character is having a store takes 1 byte, integer 4, long 8, float 4, double 8, and you in your system it may show the size as 2 and 4 for long, but in my system it is showing 4 and 8. So you need not to worry about because it is a machine dependent. It is a machine dependent thing. Okay, and we also talked about the addresses, I guess, the memory block and the addresses on which these numbers or these values are stored. So let's also print out the addresses of the all these variables. Printf, then for printing out the address, as you can see, the address is neither a string nor a character nor a number. It is some mixture of numbers, and I specify that it is an hexadecimal number. And for specifying the address, you need to have a forward specifier of %p. So I will be writing %p I would guess 5 times. P, 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 P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to specify the I mentioned it earlier, when you write and before and variable, it is read as address of will be the address of A, address of B, address of C, address of D, and address of E. You are going to print out all these addresses. So you can see there was no space in here, that's why cursor shifted to the next line itself. Let's add new line after this, and it will be more clear. Now here we can see all these addresses are different. So all these variables have these variable names. These are storing these values. They are having this much of memory. They are eating this much of memory, and these are the specific addresses location, or you can say address of the memory block where they are situated. So it is the address of the integer variable, that is B, and specifically these all are the addresses of the rest of the variables. So now one more thing I need to tell you in this video itself, that what if I need to remove all these things. We will be playing with integer and character only. So one thing, okay, C, D, E, it does not exist. So what if I does not specify and do not give, let's go with an integer only, does not give any value to B? What will then happen? Percentage D, I guess, percentage D, and we have P only. So what is going to be the output? So output will be a random number, and this number can change, will be changed if you will run this program several times, or maybe you are going to make another file, you will be having a different number, so it will be different at different times, or maybe same. So this value here you see is a garbage value. Whenever you do not specify the value what variable should have, automatically system gets fill it with a random value, and that random value is known as a garbage value. So what garbage value does B has? B has this garbage value. So this was all for this video. See you in the next lecture.